Let's do some advertising, get those sales higher. Alright, so Kitty Saga 1.0, my online RPG about animals, has sold 500,000 units. That's pretty good. Let's do another game. Alright, so here it says the IES is going to be discontinued in 3 months. Unfortunately, I just started development on a game for the IES. I should be able to finish it before the 3 months are up and release it and sell some games before the console has been discontinued. If you don't want to risk that, and it's probably a good idea to not risk it, you can just go into the menu and cancel the game, and then start a new game if you want to for another console. But I'm going to continue here with the game. Alright, here it says, we also have discovered some new tricks giving us additional 2 points to allocate to the game's direction. So, when you start developing a game and you have all those green lines, that is what gets you those points. Having a good combination of type and genre will get you more green lines to add to your direction. And it looks like I finally got my last 2 there. Now I'm completely full. Alright, designed some graphics, got 27 for that. Got a graphics boost attempt here. I guess I'll let her do that. She succeeded with 33. Alright, because my fun is so high for this game, they're saying that fans have already heard about it and they're lining up already before we've even released it. So that's good. You can see my fun is at 102. Debug, and I broke a couple records again. So just going to call this Shift Reversey for my puzzle reversey game. And I got 30 points. That's really good. Maybe our next game will be in the Hall of Fame. So, a Hall of Fame game is 32 points. So you need to get at least 4 8s from the critics. You can get a 7 and a 9 and 2 8s if you want. As long as it adds up to 32 points, you'll go into the Hall of Fame. And what the Hall of Fame means is you can create a sequel for the game. So when you make a sequel, you start automatically with some development points already. So like maybe your fun will already be at 30 before you even start development. And that really helps you make even better games and sell more copies and all that sort of stuff. So it's a good idea to eventually dip into the sequel categories. I usually try to build up maybe 5 or 6 or more Hall of Fame games before I start doing sequels. And then I'll do a sequel of all of my Hall of Fame games, and then start making more new games. And hopefully those get into the Hall of Fame as well, and then I do a sequel to all of the Hall of Fame games again. And it's just a good way to build up your cash reserves. Game decks again, I'm going to use some costumes. I've ordered some adorable costumes I'm sure will attract a lot of parents with kids. Got 17,000 people this year, which is much more than the last year. Alright, so Shift Reversey sold 1 million units. That's great. Alright, so I applied to develop for the Game Kid because the IES was discontinued shortly after I released Shift Reversey. So, looks like I have enough capital. He's going to let me develop for it. Alright, so let's develop a game for the Game Kid. And here's my last 2 direction points. Going to put them in. 1, 2. Alright, so gonna do a ninja action game. Right, proposal. Got 62. That's great. Look at that. And it's a good combination. And Nintendo released another console, the Game Box, which is a takeoff on the GameCube, obviously. Move on through here. Gonna name my action ninja game Kendo Jaba. Alright, 32 points. I made the Hall of Fame. That was my first Hall of Fame. And you can see I got a 9, a 7, an 8, and an 8. As long as all your points add up to at least 32 points, you'll make the Hall of Fame. So I can make a sequel to that one when I want. But it says you should not develop 2 sequels in a row. So like if I am able to develop a sequel for this game, I shouldn't do it immediately. Fans will get bored. So that even goes for just any game. You don't want to develop 2 games of the same genre or type in a row. So you really want to mix it up. Probably should have said that earlier, but there you go. looks like Kinder Java came out at #1. That's awesome. So basically, once you get 300,000 units sold in the first week for any of your games, you're going to come out at #1 every time. And you even get into the millions. I think I had 5 million in the first week for one of my games not too long ago. Okay, so the game awards are coming up. I have 3 games up for consideration. Let's see if we win. Okay, Kinder Java won Best Design. Kitty Saga 1.0 won Best Music, and Shift Reversi won Runner-Up for Game of the Year. And unfortunately, Dr. Sergio won Game of the Year, which wasn't one of my games. So I won 3 trophies, and it should really boost our fame. And now, as I said, after I won 3 awards, they're offering me to move into a new office. So let's do it. It's going to cost me $2.5 million, but I got the cash for sure. So I can hire some more people now. I'm going to finish this game first. Alright, so I'm going to hire by Hollywood agent, and that's going to cost me $3.5 million. But it should yield me some great results. And as usual, I'm going to just wait and wait for them to get back with my results. And in the meantime, I have this game just finished. Let's change the title. Tactics 1941. I call my RPG war game. I didn't do too well. 28 points. That's unfortunate. But now results for the applications have come in. I got 9 applicants. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hire the 2 best ones, and then if there's some really great ones that are better than my current employees, I'm just going to fire the employees I don't want and hire the better ones. Alright, moving on. So I'm just going to show you something new here. Since you've moved into the new office, you can also develop a console in the development menu here. Developing a console requires a certain type of employee, and you can't hire them. You literally have to make that employee. So you can take any of your employees. I like to take one that I don't generally use for, writing the proposal or creating the graphics or anything. Maybe just a lower employee. And what you do is you level them up to level 5, and then when the salesman comes around, you buy all of his career change manuals. You have to have 5 or 6 of them to do this entirely, so you're going to have to wait a couple of years and just use those years to buy some career change manuals. But what you have to do is level them up to level 5, and then use a career change manual in the item menu, and then use it on that person, and change his career to a new career. So if he was a writer, change him to a coder, then level him up to level 5, and do that until you've done it for 5, like all 5, or maybe it's all 6 careers, and then the hardware engineer career will show up, and you can turn him into a hardware engineer. And once you do that, you can develop a console. Right now, we can't do that, but I just thought I'd show you since that option is available now. So I'm just going to develop a game. I'm going to change it to budget now that I can afford it. I've got $18,000, so I can spend, or $18 million, I can spend $2 million making this game, so we'll do that. Okay, here's a random event that happens every once in a while. We had a blackout, so this means during our game development we lost some of our development points. And I know some people who like to cancel their game whenever this happens because it doesn't turn out very well, but I tend to just go through it, and I use some of my boost items to see if I can get the points back up to where they should be. Alright, so fiscal year ended and I had to pay my employees. Graphics boost to 27. Using my own fun boost 13, unfortunately. That was it. Alright, so my game Sim Jungle came out to 29 points, which isn't great by our standards now that we're in our 3rd office. Gonna do some advertising and develop some more games. Okay, so here we go. The salesman has come again. I'm going to buy some career change manuals. I developed some more games. Finish up these games. Got game decks again. Gonna hire some booth babes because I can afford it. Alright. Got 29,000, almost 30,000 visitors this year. It's pretty good. Alright, my new game broke all sorts of records because I've been leveling up and training my employees a little bit. Alright, made another Hall of Fame game, 35. That's the highest I've made so far. Got 3 9s and an 8. Make another game. Got a couple new broken records, did pretty good. Made another Hall of Fame game. Circle of Life, I call it Circle O Life. Another game. Rockstar got 36 points, Hall of Fame.